Tuh, wouldn't you know it, guess what I missed? I missed this chest over here with a bandana in it, which I've already saved way into the mine, and I don't particularly care about missing one bandana, but you know, that's something I missed. There is something later in the game that, you know, is like, oh man, if you miss, you know, getting chests does more than just give you the item, right? There's like, something we'll see later that actually helps. Mind you, it doesn't actually do anything, it's just like, it's basically like a rank, we'll see later, but based on how many chests you've gotten. And yeah, it's kind of funny I missed that, because most, like, hidden items don't usually get refreshed, but chests do, and it's kind of funny because this is a hidden item, but it's hidden in a chest, right? When you go over here to open this item, find this item, it opens a chest that you can hear, so it got refreshed, and I just didn't think about that when I was walking through here, so kind of just ignored it, so you know, it's pretty funny. Kupo, if the very first time we come here is after all of the Burmecia Clara stuff, let me just fast forward through this. I want to go to this big swamp north of Lindblum. It's kind of shaped like a gourd. You're going the wrong way, Kupo. This forest is east of Lindblum. Then take Choco. You won't run into monsters if you ride Choco. Yeah, see? It's actually kind of funny that they basically say the same thing. Like, it's... Honestly, I've probably never seen that dialogue anymore. Or ever anymore. I've never seen that dialogue before. Because, you know, how many people ignore this place the first time but then come here later? Kind of interesting in that regard. It's funny that instead of just having generic dialogue, they went to the trouble of having something specific for this point. Which means now that I think about it, I might have to keep playing this file that I thought I'd be just playing to here, because there's probably dialogue for after all the Outer Continent stuff when you... Because, like, once we go to the Outer Continent, right, it's like there's going to be... Things are going to change, but eventually we'll be able to come back here and it'll probably change again. So I'll be playing this file for a while longer yet. If we talk to Quail here, before we've actually, like, learned about him, first of all, his name is just Q. Which is nice that we haven't heard his name yet, so we don't know it. And he'll say, my student run around and catch frog nearby. Maybe he knows something. Which is, like, it's pretty much the same, but it's a little different than what it was before. Anyways, I'm stalling this because now we're going to actually recruit Quena for the first time, which, you know, I'm hungry. I've never actually done it at this point, so why not? It's pretty much the same cutscene, but the ending is, once again, it's a little different, but we'll just kind of go through this quickly. So, Quena, you want this frog? Yes, yes. Alright, here, and then Quail's gonna run out from the top there and be like, you pathetic! Can't even feed yourself. I'm glad I have that memorized. This is pretty much the same, but once they get to the part where they want you to recruit them, you want me to take him with us to the Outer Continent? Forget it. It's okay. Lazy fool. Same thing, right? I'll think about it. And once again, because this is our first time seeing this, you'll get the Vivi cutscene here instead. Which I'm not going to bother showing. So if we talk to Quena now, we get this text about, like, do you know a way to the Outer Continent? I heard there was an entrance around here somewhere. I actually think this might actually be the same as when we talk to Quena again, if we've already recruited them in the past, but I'm just going to include this here just in case, because I don't know. Outer Continent, maybe I find more delicious frogs. I go with you. I'll come even if you not want. I want to eat delicious frogs. Alright, then help us look for an entrance to the Outer Continent. I think it's a little different. Surely it must be. It sounds different because there's a little bit more of a air of unfamiliarity around them because they don't know each other. You want me to take him with us to the Outer Continent? Why not? The Outer Continent very far. I'd find frogs there? There's plenty of stuff in the world that tastes better than frogs. Really, really? Okay, I go with you. That's basically the same other than just, like, Outer Continent, you know? And then once again, you know, if you accept Quina here, Vivi's like, hey, hey, I recognize that dude. Yo, Armadillos, what's hanging? I forget the 100% what it is, but basically, the name is basically a reference to, like, a type of, like, headless ghost knight thing. That's why not, like, can you see, like, the way, like, its body is, like, separate. Like, you can see, like, its body isn't really connected, and it's also floating, which is something that you might not immediately notice, right? It floats in the air, so it's like a flying ghost thing. And hey, we're not level 5 this time. His attack run is pretty simple. He just has a couple, you know, he has a couple attacks. He uses level 5 death very often, like he has a 50% chance of using it on any of his turns. But after he's used it once, he will never use it again. And he can stab you like that, just fancy looking. I wonder if he counts as floating, actually. Look, we should check that out. So I'm gonna smack him with Zidane. Oh, I think Zidane should still have Bird Killer equipped. Here's Thundara, by the way. It's funny, he uses Thundara, but it's weak to Thunder, too. So, that's not very much damage, but that's because, well, first of all, because Zidane's in the back row, but also because this thing actually has fairly high defense, and in exchange, it actually has fairly low magic defense. So even though I'm using Thunder here, Thunder should still do a fair bit of damage to this thing. Because I never have learned Thundara with this file yet. Wham! And that's more damage than Zidane's doing. It's quite an opposite from earlier. Nice dodge. By the way, there's the air racket we never got to see off. We never got to show off. Woo! Gonna do like no damage because he's got that max def. This thing has like 800 health, and then once you do enough damage to it, it like gets knocked out. Or if you run, you can run from it too. And it also has death. Figures a headless night ghost has a bunch of death spells, eh? Thankfully, death can miss just like anything, so I think Vivi's gonna take it out here. And it's done. So I believe if you take it out, you kind of get pushed away from it a little bit, like you're farther back. Or maybe he's farther up, I don't remember which. But try to run into it again, he's just like a wall. It's like you're basically stuck in this sequence until you get out of here. Pretty much, like, you can say the good strategy is pretty much slightly slow down like the first axe, and you can pretty much just kind of hang on the top. And once you get to like this thing, like your control gets taken over and this thing just falls in the hole and starts spinning around. And hell, I might as well just go straight into the Lonnie fight. Don't even need to record a separate part because I mean it's right after. I'm gonna fast forward. Ooh, who's there? Have we met? Stop flirting. I'm gonna kill you. I need your pendant. My axe is angry. That's enough. The powers of emulation. Anna is a pretty straightforward fight for the most part, although she does have some funny things with her. And under the hood, she is actually kind of a weirdly complicated boss. One notable thing that we never showed off is that if you physically attack her with Garnet, she actually gets mad. That'll do some damage though. Good thing we have Quina for guaranteed now. Focus with Vivi a little bit. She'll go, damn you! I guess not always, which is kind of funny. It's weird. She just has a chance to get mad at you. Which, if you think about it, is kind of funny. And yeah, like I mentioned, like she focuses on shit. So she focuses on Garnet, but if Garnet dies, you know, like here, then she'll just start attacking. I think she goes after Vivi? No. It's just random, I think, at this point. It's funny because the wiki says she focuses on Vivi, but that is absolutely not the case. She just goes after random targets at this point. She prioritizes Garnet, and then if Garnet's dead, she doesn't care anymore. Once Garnet dies, because she focuses on Garnet though, it can be a little hard to keep Garnet alive because she'll just focus on Dagger until, every time you try to revive her, so you have to be careful about that. There are of course some useful tricks, like the tent trick works on her, right? She's not weak to silence or poison, but she can be blinded. So we'll toss a tent at her. Just actually, I think, but I have the ogre on Zidane, so I can Soul Blade her if this doesn't work. Da 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 do, boo boo. You know what? Oh, let's see this in a second here. So we're tossing a tent at her. She's covered. Check that out. Ah, she didn't get it, but we can Soul Blade her. Now we don't have Magic Hammer with Quena, so we can't really show that off. You know, for better or for worse. But we can at least do this, which helps. Under the hood, she basically has like a counter that like but the count, it's weird because the counter basically, there you go, damn you. The counter is like a number, but like in practice it's never really used as a number, which is kind of weird, but I mean that's just how it's done. And but basically the counter is used to keep track of who has last attacked her. Actually, speaking of which, let's do we have Reflect? I never put Reflect on, did I? No. I don't even have Shell, because I don't have the thing for Shell on me. That's fine. Hey, we got the Gladius. So let's attack her with, I guess with Quena. You know, let Quena get beat up a little bit, eh? Here comes the group water. This is probably her scariest spell, because like usually like when she's doing stuff, right, she focuses on one person, but like if she uses the water, she just hits everyone. And that was pretty strong because our equipment is, you know, not as good on this file. Like Lonnie is interesting because I feel like if you're well equipped, she's a like especially easy boss. Because like you can just like focus your stuff on Garnet, and Garnet can just sit here and like be invincible. But if you're not equipped for that, she's actually scary. Because she hits really hard with magic, and she has like a group water spell. You know, once again, group water spells seem to be a theme with battles that can be hard. Here comes Era. Which that'll probably actually just kill Garnet now that I think about it. Oh no, she's fine. Thankfully. Nice smack. So we're gonna attack her again. I forget exactly how this works. It's a little unclear because the counter is kind of weird. Jeepers creepers! That was almost a one-shot. What do you think you're doing? She'll counter Vivi. She missed because she's blinded. And I think once you attack her with someone, I think she'll focus on that person for a little bit. Let me see here. So she'll just kind of smack Vivi for a while. But I don't know how long, so like let's, you know, let's watch. I'm gonna defend with Vivi. Defend with Garnet here. She's gonna scan. Is she gonna scan Vivi? Yeah, she is. That's cute. Level 16. Those are his stats, and because he's also got a robe, he's weak against fire. Oh shit! He's weak. He's weak against fire. Ow! That's scary. She might actually only focus. Like this is something I wasn't 100% sure about. I think she only is gonna attack Vivi now, until someone else attacks her. I think it does reset at some point. I think what it is specifically is that she will focus on one person until they die, and then she goes back to Garnet. And if Garnet is dead and she has no focus, then she just attacks randomly. So she might just keep using fire on Vivi. No, she goes back eventually. There you go. So it might just be a couple times and then she's done. This one's not as in-depth because it's a little funky how it works. Like I can even here, I'll pause and I'll even open it up. I don't know how much you can see. But I might as well show this off. So basically she has this revenge counter here. This is what I'm talking about. It's set to 255. And basically it's used in a way where it's like anytime that anytime, you know, something happens, like you can see here, like she has a focused target, you know. It's a little fuck even looking at here because it's like set revenge counter 255, set revenge counter 255. If revenge counter is less than 255, set it to 255 and set Garnet focus counter to 0. Garnet's focus counter is less than or equal to 2, then set it, you know, plus. Else Garnet focus counter equals 255. And so basically she has a revenge counter and a Garnet focus counter, which are kind of, you know, gone between intermittently. Oh, you know, make of that what you will. She also obviously has a thing where, whatchamacallit, when you set her to half health or less, that's when she does that, her little thing where she talks. Do. Ow. Wham. It's casually 1700. Why aren't you giving up? Yeah, there. She's also particularly fast, if you haven't noticed. Like, she tends to attack pretty much, like, every time one or two of your characters gets an attack, she's already got her turn back. Let's do a double attack here and see who she focuses on for a little bit here. Other than her focus counter, though, she just uses random attacks. What do you think you're doing? She also has a camera angle, but like whether it uses the camera angle or not is like, I think it's just random. I attacked her with Quina. Who's she gonna attack though? Yeah, she only, I think it's specifically set up she does it like every 2. Basically, it isn't just like every time you attack her she switches targets. You have to attack her multiple times for that to happen. It's like right now she's gonna swap over to Vivi because Vivi attacked her first. Oh god, he's dead. And then Vivi dies. And I think she'll just go back to Garnet. You can also hear the dog barking like a psychopath. Come back when you're ready to fight. Yeah, there's that. If she kills a target and then focuses back on Garnet, she has a different text box. I'm also curious about this actually. Let's let her kill Garnet, and then we'll start attacking her while like Garnet's dead, and see how she reacts to that too. We might as well heal Vivi up. Nice heal. Oh god. Ow. That's some damage. So we'll have Zidane just smack Garnet. Although she has the Magician's Robe, so Zidane's actually gonna do like no damage to her. Quina might be able to though. There. Oh wow, that was still an. Oh god, Quina! Careful. I was not expecting that. Ow. Alright, Quina, get back up. We'll stab Lonnie with you and see how she reacts. She's got Blizzard on her, coming out the wazoo on Vivi. Ow, jeez. I don't remember Vivi taking so much damage. No, she just gets mad normally. I think that's basically everything to go over this fight. You know, I just realized I know exactly how Quinn is taking damage because I forgot to give him any equipment. So she's naked right now. Which means that's definitely gonna kill her. Yeah. Which, you know, if anything, that gives you a good idea of just how important defense is in this game. Frickin' Quinn has got nothing on and she's taking like 500 damage versus, you know, like that. It's like more than like almost double damage. And Zaday's not exactly got great equipment on either, because I didn't equip him particularly much either. What do you think you're doing? Alright, attack for Vivi. Damn it! He's bullying Zidane. I'm kind of in a sticky situation here. It's like I can't really heal anyone. But if I have Garnet, you just die immediately. Especially because I bet you a water all is coming up pretty soon. Luckily, her ability to scan you is almost like a bit of a saving grace. Because like anytime she scans you, it's basically like a chance to get a little bit of reprieve. Man, she's only attacking Zidane. I want to show off Drain, because we haven't even used it yet. We used Bio a bunch and we've seen Stop, but I want to show off Drain. Drain's actually pretty strong right now, too. Literally only attacking Zidane. Oh, here comes the group water at least. So I can drain now at least. Drain really helps Vivi like stay healthy. Cause like it doesn't really matter if he's getting hit if you can just do this and he's still like 1,000 health, right? Holy shit, yeah! 2k damage. I think Vivi's back to full health now. And yeah, that's pretty much it for Lonnie, right? I'm trying to think, like, is there anything else I can talk about? I think that's pretty much it for this episode, actually, because, like, I'm trying to think, like, no, that's pretty much it. So yeah, see you guys later.